What would you most like to see in 2013?
More live music.
In Worthing, I would like to see better provision for the homeless, perhaps the start of a night shelter that carries on all through the year, rather than just the provision that happens over the winter. Nationally, I would like to see the Tories out of power. Internationally, I would like to see us interfere in Syria.
More for the little ones.
More for the...
Yeah. There's these government-funded things, but they're just... You have to be part of a bigger organisation to get anything. You know, free fun days.
Less homeless people.
Yeah.
Because I came down here once, really late, and there was loads of people sleeping.
And were they friendly?
Yeah.
Yeah, just homeless.
I want to get off the streets. Maybe, you know, if we sort jobs out.
More
and
help for homeless people and more...
Getting out of recession as well. You know, if there was a war, it'd help everybody out, you know.
Maybe if we had a war on homelessness, I think that would be
awesome.
You know, a war on poverty, and actually we could throw real money at it.
I've already seen it. My favourite band, Clannad, live at Guildford, and I met them. And I got all their autographs.
Flying cars, and a lot of half-naked women, that was brilliant.
Yeah, I know the flying cars have been long overdue.
Yeah.
I'd like to see lots of people come to know Jesus Christ as their Lord and Saviour, because I'm a born-again Christian. And to my mind, that's the way you're going to change society, one by one. I mean, you're doing the same thing. You can only do it one by one. But we believe the answer to society is for people to come into a living relationship with God, have their hearts softened and start to live right.
A fairly flippant one would be a good summer.
Yeah.
But I think I'd like to see the financial crisis sorted out as well.
All this stuff about like the bombing stops, like we hear in the news, all that's horrible.
Paradigm shift in the way that the leading ruling class think and the way that they engage with the public and what they choose to filter down to the public as far as information and just plain old straight talking. I'd like to see a little bit of old Cambo's patented straight talking actually materialising and just addressing, okay, we know that there's a lot of problems at the top. Let's stop wasting time. Let's stop wasting the taxpayers' money with trying to cover up the rot at the top.
Do you feel free to speak your mind?
I believe so.
Absolutely, completely and utterly.
Yes.
Yeah. Always speak my mind. What you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Not really, no.
Like you can, I feel like you can, but whatever you say just doesn't really get taken into account.
To a degree. I think that the way the media operates, access to mass media is quite, it seems to be quite, I don't know, focused towards the upper echelons, and I don't think the everyday man on the street or everyday man or woman on the street gets a chance to actually spread their word.
Do you think that voting or signing petitions are worthwhile things to do?
Depends what the cause is.
If there's things that are happening that you might not like to see, like that some people are unhappy that they're setting off the NHS or that we're being involved in Syria.
Yeah, or animal cruelty or general cruelty.
Indeed, I do both regularly.
No, it comes down to the bigwigs at the end of the day anyway, regardless of what we all say or what we want. It's down to whether that particular person that goes tick is down to what's put in front of them.
Yeah, because like, if you want something done, then people go do it, and then you might all get someone out of it.
No. Technically, voting, right, when you get to vote for your own Prime Minister, is actually voting for your own executioner. Because basically, what have all our Prime Ministers done, right? When have we not been in recession?
I don't do that kind of stuff, voting.
Depends what it's about, really. If it's something you don't really care about, there's not much point, is it?
Okay, well, how about, you know, the things that happened, say, since the last election, like, you know, police commissioners or selling the ambulances to the German government, or...
I didn't even know after that went on, to be honest.
For certain issues I do, if I think they're important enough, but I think they're of limited worth.
I do vote, sometimes sign petitions. I guess it's useful to be able to do it, but whether it changes anything, I don't know.
No, not at all.
No.
Waste of time.
I think it's always good to show a bit of support for whatever's going on, and it certainly does lend weight as far as bureaucracy is concerned. You know, the more signatures on a document, the better. I say I can't see it hurting. It's just a shame with the big major polls like elections, national elections. People feel so engaged and powerless that they don't, you know, they're not even bothered turning out to exercise their democratic rights.
What do you feel is the best way to change things for the better?
Just keep trying, I think. Just stick to your guns, find a cause that you believe in and have a go at it.
Individual action. An individual cannot change the entire world, but an individual can change the world for one other person.
That's a hard one because it's so messed up. I mean, it's hard enough for us, but for them in 10, 15 years' time, it's going to be a lot worse than it is.
Like music videos or adverts, that's pretty good.
Make everything free.
No. I think we should stop giving to other countries, because that's the thing, right? We're giving them loads of money to help themselves. But how what we are doing to help us, you know?
I just want everybody to be happy, no matter what situation they're in, whether they could be a drug addict, an alcoholic, me, a smoke addict.
Go out and tell people about it? Because now I know, I didn't know before you said it. You got any filters by any chance?
I've got some mental ones.
Doing something about it yourself is better than just writing on a piece of paper.
Yeah, good community, I guess.
One of the jobs that I'm doing at the moment is helping people to get debt-free and financially independent. It's about helping people see strategies for accelerating their debt payment, helping them to look at their budgets and find a little bit of extra money so they can pay an extra fiver here and there and get debt-free and start to make themselves financially secure.
You probably need a completely different political system.
You've got to, not protest, but you've got to make it clear. You can't just say it. You've got to make it clear that you want it. I don't know, more, if you want something to happen, you have to make it happen.
You have to be more forward about it. You actually have to do something, not just sitting back and moaning about it.
I think actually starting on a localised sort of level and just seeing, you know, is your neighbour struggling? Have you got an elderly neighbour who's, you know, might be hungry? Do you have somebody who you think might be abused? You know, do you think, you know, just being aware of your environment and making little steps towards making it better, you know, like actually engaging with the person next door and not looking at them like some alien creature, you know, actually have some sort of empathy for the man and woman that, you know, like, who share this planet with you, you know. It's it should be the simplest of things, you know, but I think there's a great big lack of empathy, and I think that for the man on the street, I keep on saying man on the street, I should say the person on the street, the best thing for the person on the street to do is just look around and start making changes.
If you had a message for the guys in charge, what would you say to them? The guys
Listen.
in charge. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen to
what your public are telling you.
Be realistic about how much stuff costs and how much people need to live on, and start taking from the rich and giving to the poor instead of taking from the poor and giving to the rich.
Take your wigs off and think about the realism.
Just stop sitting there and doing nothing and like try to actually come out. Like, I'd like to see them sit out here homeless for a night, and then they might think, oh yeah, they're homeless, we just sit here like that. And they're like, oh yeah, they'll be fine if they come and do it, they might make a difference.
Sort it fucking out.
What they do is their choice. What I do is my choice. What you do and what you do is your choice. I've got 10 whistles and I play all 10 of them every day.
Make more jobs for people like us, because working in a corporate company like Curry's is just crap.
What I'd say to the guys in Westminster is it says in the Bible that righteousness exalts a nation, and when we stop acting corruptly and we start putting into practice God's laws and the principles that you find in the Bible, this nation will become great again.
Resign, sort it out.
Okay, guys in charge, I don't think that you realise that there is many people out there who are as smart and as engaged as, you know, you actually realise there's actually quite a lot of talk on the street, and there's quite a lot of babble on the internet, and there's quite a lot of, I don't know, underground rumblings of some sort of change. And I think that it's time for the politicians to start realising that you can't keep on feeding us a line of bullshit. It's so obvious, and the cracks are there. And every time you try and fill it in with the putty of lies and bureaucracy, it just makes it even more obvious, and it never gets the, you know, we need solutions. We need solutions to the big problems, and instead of the tribal politics we seem to be getting, let's all just kind of try to work together to share a common goal. The common goal should be planet Earth, should be humans living happily on planet Earth, and it should be planet Earth continuing, and let's go and explore space, guys, you know, it's time, you know, this is, humanity is this one entity, and we should be sharing experience, and we should be sharing love, and we should be spreading that throughout the universe instead of being the diabolical shit that the powers that be are kind of trying to mould us into.